People versus Corey Harris.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Great. You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at
Yes.
his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Hello?
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
I don't even know why he would do that. So, defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Harris, I'll be giving you a call.
Yeah, this, yo, okay, so we had a man that just went viral, right, in Michigan. So actually where I'm from, I don't know exactly where he was at, Washington County. Now, say he was driving with a suspended license, right? Now, Corey Harris appeared back in Washington County Court on Wednesday. He was wearing a yellow shirt, and actually watched that too. He had his attorney with him, and they was talking about the process and everything. Like, hey, it wasn't his fault that this stuff went viral, but at the same time, too, she was trying to put on that, hey, we're going to work the process of him getting his license. Now, they were saying that it was suspended before, I think, in Washington County, in Saginaw, Michigan, but it was reinstated, all right? But thing is, he didn't pay the fee or something. Like, he didn't, continuously renew his license, but he was renewing his state ID, but he never obtained a driver's license. And he was driving to drop off his wife, who had a medical episode. Now, we're going to read a little bit further. It said, wearing a yellow shirt, said, trust me, across the front after a video of his May 15th hearing. It went viral on social media. Now, the video showed Harris joining a Zoom hearing for his car driving without a license case from behind the wheel of a car, which you're not supposed to be driving anyway while you're, enter a Zoom call, because that will impede your vision in driving. So that's against the law. But anyway, it said Wednesday appearance came after the local outlet WXYZ Detroit reported on whether Harris should have been charged with a misdemeanor that stemmed from an October 2023 traffic stop, because at the outlet reported that suspension of Harris' privilege to drive in the state was lifted in 2022. Yep, 2 years ago. So, but that's not exactly what happened, as Judge Cedric Simpson pointed out in court, and Angela Benander, Director of Communications and Media Relations of the Michigan Department of State, explained in a phone interview. So you had Dione Webster Cox, who's the lawyer representing Harris, did not reply to a request for comment Wednesday. Now, at the beginning of Harris' Wednesday's hearing, Simpson addressed comments some he said were from Harris, stating the court acted on some type of defective or faulty information. All right. Now, which prompted the court to look into Simpson's earlier ruling. Harris first had his privileges. Now. Driving in Michigan was suspended in 2021 after he didn't pay child support. Now, Banana said, Simpson said if Harris had a license in a different U.S. state, he would have been allowed to drive in the rest of the country, just not in Michigan. But Harris never held a license, Simpson said, not in Michigan, nor any other state. Wow, man. So later in 2021, new clean state laws in Michigan lifted the license suspensions for categories including child support cases. Banana said because of the new laws, Harris was eligible to have his driving privileges reinstated. But in Michigan, someone without a driver's license, though, can still have a driving record to denote suspensions. Like in Harris' case, Banana explained that Harris tried to obtain a license while the suspension was on his driving record, but he was not able to. So he was trying to drive. He was trying to, get a driver's license, but he never obtained it. And after it was suspended, so he decided to drive on his own. But I'm like, man, it wasn't looking good for him, man. But it says getting driving privileges reinstated in Michigan doesn't happen automatically. Harrison did not complete the necessary steps with the friend of the court in Saginaw County in 2022 to have the suspension removed from his driving record. It wasn't looking good for him, man. So, I think they got another hearing on August 7th. I think he got to return back to court at 09 a.m. So we have to see how this is going to go, man. But they said the state of Michigan, they have no record of Harris, though. They have no record of Harris doing this. Monero said, adding that it is not and has never been the responsibility of the friend of the court to transmit those records to the Secretary of State. Simpson said the friend of the court did nothing wrong in Harris' case. Simpson also said that because Harris didn't do what he was supposed to do, right, to get the actual license, the friend of the court had no obligation to say anything on his behalf to the Secretary of State. So Simpson added that pointing fingers at the Secretary of State also improper in the case because that office did what they were supposed to do. It was all correct. There was no error by anybody. It was a failure on the part of Mr. Harris to do certain things to obtain that license, man. To lift, after the restriction was lifted. But Simpson said Harris paid the reinstatement fee last week and that the office sent the forms immediately. He added that the Secretary of State took the suspension off of Harris' driving record. Banana confirmed Wednesday that Harris' reinstatement was issued though on Monday and his suspension has been lifted. Interesting. So the judge acknowledged the process can be complicated and asserted it wasn't anybody's fault. Simpson also said Harris lied when he was asked about trying to resolve the situation too between the October traffic stop and the May 15th court date. Damn, man. And then they was asking him where he recalled where he was at in December 28th. He told the judge he was laid up. You were at the Secretary of State office. Simpson shot back. Harris was renewing his Michigan State ID. Judge said he knew Harris has never had a driver's license because records show he religiously every year renewed his state ID. Damn, man, but you gotta get that state ID is not enough, man. But so I know he got to go through the process, get to the driver's training, get his permit, to get his driving privileges back on duty, man. So we gotta pray that hopefully on August, around time of August, he should have, like I said, permit ready and then get the necessary paperwork to obtain his license. He shouldn't be operating no type of vehicle, man, because this can get really nasty and it's not looking good for him. But it said even if Harris had his driving privilege reinstated prior to the October traffic stop, would led to the misdemeanor that landed him in court last month, and on Wednesday he still would have been charged with driving without a license because he never had one. He got to get one, man. So I just thought this was interesting because people was actually posting this on TikTok. So I just want to get my 2 cents on it here because I'm from Michigan, man. But yeah, this is kind of bizarre, but we have to really see. This is a really entertaining case, though. But I only think it's like if I was in his shoes, like, hey, man, I would just get the necessary paperwork and get my license. That state ID is not enough. You have to do your due diligence, go through the process, and just obtain your driver's license, man. Because this is dirty water here, man. You running that risk to it and going to prison. It's not good. It's for what, man? At the end of the day, you need your driver's license. Yes, you can do things with your state ID, but to operate a vehicle, you need a legit driver's license. So I hope he worked with his attorney, had his legal counsel that will point him in the right direction, man. And I know it's kind of weird, you're a grown man, you want your own transportation and drive, but you're not above the law, man. You gotta go by the rules, man. It's a privilege to drive. Let's just say that it's a privilege to drive, man. So, but that's all I really have to say. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. You tell me what y'all think, man. But I think Cedric Simpson did everything he could, man. I mean, he literally was thorough in this record, I believe. But that's all I got to say. I love you guys. I'm out.